All right, hey everybody, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? What a beautiful great moment, man. What a beautiful great moment. I get to continue to daily apply the application. Today's beautiful great video, man, recording on today's subject, man, just utilizing space, um, is really the direction of what direction the spirit, what direction the next moment is. I gotta do some right quick. Something came to me, so I'm gonna write this information right quick. All right, cool. Mm-hmm. I'm always come have it. I get caught up to have it writing notes, and then if I was to do it, put in Z. All right, just transfer that there, and then I put Y right here. Same direction, still all right. One moment, y'all. One moment. One moment. Thank you. I'm gonna put so West. Yeah, that's right. I'll be it. Please. Okay. All right. So in connection, as my life continue to take on a more and more direction, I give thanks for just the reservation of this application. Today's video recording is talking about, as I said, I was going to, I get to do the video recording luxury from my home. And that's a grand honor to me personally. So today's recording is about, I want to talk about the discussion of things that I say, as I said in the beginning, I'm going to share my journey. Um, share my journey with you of the things that I've continued to keep going through on a day-to-day basis. I keep integrating, I keep applying, I keep synchronizing, I keep releasing, letting go. I keep deeply re-examining and getting to the root of the causes, getting to the root of the causes. Because I think it's a very sensitive thing that many beings may not be attuned to really focus on, because they just may not be focused on that. They may not just be focused on to deal with the reality of. I'm gonna see if I could pull up on my photos. I know my other phone, it was a little challenging to put some things up. Let me see if I can have it. Let me see if I have this note in my photos. Hopefully, by much application, there's a possibility that there could be a possible chance that I could have. If not, I just got to go find it. Just got to go find it. It's okay. All right, so I got to go find it. I was hoping that in my other old phone, it'll actually have it pull up immediately in my photos. I know my other phone it does. Currently, one I'm using now. Okay, root. Okay, one moment. Sorry, the thing just did this by accident. Here we go. All right, perfect. And it really won't. And then the last word I got to put in here is the positive word. Okay. Conditions. All right. They're gonna fix that up for me. Let me see. Let me see. They're gonna give me that system I'm looking for. Okay. I figured they were gonna give me it because I spelled the wrong road. Okay. Okay. DITO. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So I'm gonna get to this application, and I think I can get to some baseline. All right. Perfect. So what I want to talk about is understanding the root causes. Understanding the root causes and how I'm applying to release and let go the deep rooted spiritual causes that I have to go back and understand. And I'm actually going to use this spiritual great model. I just found this now. So being a life coach, what does that consist of on a day-to-day basis before I meet my clients? What that requires from me, of course, don't get me wrong, it does require that I can live a life, but how can it be beneficial to clients if I'm not able to address and understand and deal with the root causes? Like understanding the programming, understanding of applications and meeting clients who have a history. Some of it may be medical, some of it may be trauma. Some of them may be very, very devastating, and some of them may be even even physically, physical symptoms. So, as said in the title, that I'm a spiritual life coach, not because I'm just trying to use the word spiritual loosely. I'm a spiritual life coach because, to me, everything starts in the spirit. I don't want to put myself in the category and call myself a pastor, because that can tie into religion per se. I don't want to even say spiritual too much in a trendy sense per se. I just want to come from an angle of, I'm a celestial being and you're in the same realm with me. And if you breathe and if you live and if you eat and if you rest and if you move you apply mobility, then if you haven't addressed, sensitively speaking, that you're a spirit specific creation, then you may be not at that point. It may take you some time to get there. But if you already are in awareness about it, then it will make it more smooth and easier. Today I was writing one of my beautiful books. As a matter of fact, I just put up under the thing. I don't know if I can get it because I kind of put it deep up in the trenches a little bit there. Let me see if I can pull it out. No, that's not it. I had the wrong one for one moment there. There we go. So you wrote in this one today, and this specific writing was about, and I'm going to read the theme of it, the topic of it, because every one of my diary sites are going to have things, have topics. And this topic, so I can make sure I'm reading the topic properly and not trying to rush my tongue at all. This topic was saying the recordings slash memoirs, because memoirs is memories of the in-depthness, intimate, inner attuning the mental connections within, connecting in the premeditative states into prayer within the internal chambers of the soul. Because remember, this is a vessel body, so we have a soul inside, a spirit inside, and plus the spirit, as I just said, align into the hearts, which can be, some may feel physically, some may just see spiritually. But that's what this was talking about. And this was talking about when I was writing it. I'm done with it now, but I've been done with it. I was recording discussion about how, tracing, going back to the root, the original creation is spirit. And I had to address that in the original context before the whole thing came bombing down on me about, things you done wrong, things I have gotten involved with, my activities in the past. Before all this downfall, just simply downfall, what proposed the question, what was the origin of this existence or even your existence vessel? What was the origin? And the origin seemed to stem, it seemed to be rooted in spirit, rooted in spirit. So that brings up a brief, great clear direction, because in spirit, I am celestial. If someone receiving service through this vessel body, my hope inside me, throughout me, will be that they will come in contact with a celestial experience and a celestial spirit that is of light. I had to address something so sensitive, and it started to bring back memories to me. It started to trigger memories, matter of fact. It reminded me that in the original context of creation, um, you know, I'm a spirit. I'm a celestial presence. I'm a celestial being. In that reference term, to say, you go do your own research and definition and all that stuff, I'm a heavenly being. Now, obviously, I have a body form. Obviously, you can see color. You can see the sun shine through my body, which is very unique. But I'm a color being, so if I'm colorful, then it's active. But this is where the sensitivity part comes more further in depth to, because when I was writing this, I'm gonna keep this, matter of fact, this prop nearby me, because it's kind of nice to have it by me. When I was recording document, when I was recording, I was in codes was coming out of me. Codes in terms of like expression coming out of me, coming out of my soul. It's being It's being pulled forward, and my soul is engaged in my body as one, and it's releasing the expression through handwritten, but also through motion, through mobile, through movement. And so I was releasing that. I was releasing that. But I also had to also embrace that, this is, and everybody's going to have their own journey. So as a spiritual life coach, I know everybody's coming from different backgrounds. Many may come from very interesting backgrounds. Some may be coming from very severe backgrounds. Some may not become some severe background, meaning that some may come from a background where they didn't experience difficulty or too much hardships, like being homeless, going without eating, or having all your provisions always met, your needs always met, not having a day without one of your needs not ever lacking. Some, maybe some. I can't give you a case of number how many beings that may be. That may be a lot, maybe less, maybe none. Um, but yeah, so I was documenting, recording in my little diary right here, my journal, about that. And this is what was coming as I'm sharing these videos as like little small series of my journals, and I got more than 100. So don't think this is no end of the end. This is, matter of fact, I'm still collecting more empty notebooks, aka diaries. It's still coming to me, record and document about things that I'm releasing, I'm letting go. And that could be beneficial for someone out there. They could, matter of fact, this could relate to them. This could be the same scenario. This could be totally different. This could be, matter of fact, something someone thought about, hearing about, or maybe want to go through, or maybe thought about going through, or maybe, matter of fact, have no idea that this stuff can happen. So, distinctively, when I was recording today, and you may hear me kind of go back in my pattern of my conversations, because that's what's happening in my memory. As I was tapping to my subconscious, uh, it was coming to be revealed to me that darkness, because I know there's like this native crazy thing about darkness, but there was a darkness aspect to my tests and my experiences, because the darkness part was when I was operating out of ignorance, when I was operating off of forgetting myself, when I was operating off of a way that was like detrimental, when I was getting involved with activities that was just destructive, completely destructive. I mean, internally destructive. So just imagine for one brief moment with me. Imagine someone set a bomb inside your body, a spiritual bomb. To my spiritual bomb, set a spiritual bomb, and that spiritual bomb, boom, went off. So that was kind of like in that analogy, the metaphorical speaking to you about. It was a spiritual bomb. Darkness was like a spiritual bomb inside myself, and it went off, and I got caught up with the with the debris. I got caught up with. I got really distracted. I got really snared into the darkness, and I got caught with entities and all kinds of connections, all kinds of crazy connections. But then eventually, in the current time, in the current day, even when I'm a life coach, it was further revealed to me. And it's not the first time. I'm not going to say this is the very first time, like today's the first time. This has been building, this has been continued progressing forward. It's progress, not digress, not degress, progress. Progressing forward throughout every specific diary journal. I have right now more than 100 and something these little notebooks in different kinds, different shapes. They're not all the same. They're all different way. Even the smaller too, little small itty bitty ones, or medium sized ones. What I've been recording and documenting about these internal experiences. So there's a wealth, a vastness of great wealth inside of me that I'm not going to want to claim that every being out there in this same common ground, realm, this common space experience is going to be like mine. I don't want to proclaim that. Asking confession, I don't want to claim that. What I do want to claim instead is that maybe my experiences, maybe very little, very maybe my experiences can be something of maybe a souvenir, or maybe matter of fact sentimental, or it could be matter of fact an exchange, or it could be something that it may be a help, maybe a tool. I don't know. But that would be up to everybody's individual experiences. So this is what you got to debunk. This is what you really got to debunk. You got to debunk these things, things that we've been programmed about. We've been programmed about. For example, I'm gonna just be honest, straight on the camera. Uh, if you are color, if you're color, like your hue, your color, you got color. Color's vivid. Color is alive. Color is vivid. If you entertain darkness and you feed in darkness and you make feel like, because there was one point where I probably gave into so much darkness I thought at one point was my identity. I admit that it's my confession. Um, but dearly, if you give into darkness and you let darkness become something of a danger to you, if you sense darkness and you thinking that darkness is actually something you should be like indulging, like you should consume darkness. You should like eat it up. Like say for example, like there's a I don't call him a hero, but I guess he's a villain. He's a villain. His name is Galactus. He's on the Fantastic Marvel specific Marvel universe, and he consumes planets. He consumes planets. It's crazy. He consumes planets. He can become small, but then he's very enormous. He's actually celestial, I think, but he's enormous. But he consumes planet. So take this for example. Darkness is like that. If we get like allow ourselves to be consumed by darkness, and darkness will make you forget about who you are in a way, in a sense way to say, you can forget what your origin is. You forget what your nativity is in darkness. And I'm referencing in darkness. Now, don't take darkness and start to be like, hear me out, like racial and stuff with it, because people are like, oh, dark is bad, dark is bad. No, color is beautiful. Let me acknowledge this, say something very clear to say. Color is beautiful, but darkness is different. Darkness is like the void. Darkness is like it's just so dark. Just imagine cutting the light off. Go in the room, cut the light off, close the door, close your blinds. That's darkness. You can't see in darkness. You can't see in darkness. My wife's wearing some black pants. That's dark pants, so I can see dark. My beard is brown. No, I think it's black. I don't know. I think it's black. It's black or brown. I don't know. It's some color. It's between the two. I don't know. Because my hair can look literally from a distance, it look like it's black. But when you go up close, my hair is literally like brown. I'm very, and then the sun makes it lighter, which is so interesting. But that's just what the sun does to my hair. It's very interesting. Um, and here's my claim. I didn't create myself. That's my claim. I didn't create myself, so I don't know why my hair does that. Maybe one day I'll find out. Um, but going back to this beautiful great this wonderful great diary I was writing in. So I am light. This celestial spirit is light. It is completely light. The soul is the connection to the celestial spirit that we are. And excuse me, our souls is a extended expression of our spirit. It's a extended expression of our spirit. And some coaches and teachings and and educating, they say the soul and spirit are one. Which I honestly tell you, I really understand that. I like kind of deeply understand that because I don't want to make this come off to make it sound like the soul is indifferent from the spirit. No, the soul is still connected to the spirit. It's just the soul just kind of just like take on more. If it was to say, if you had to scale the weight between lesser weight and more weight, the soul takes on more while the spirit is dealing with a lot, but it's still being relieved because it's like, well, let the soul kind of take this percentage and deal with this percentage while the spirit is still going through so much transformational things. So just to break that down, continuing clear, even as a life coach, even in direction sense, the spirit is what is going to be connected to the root. The soul is the symptoms that's coming through. The soul will be the symptoms, or even it could be going both ways. The soul could be experiencing the symptoms, or it could be experiencing the conditions. It could be positive or negative. So if when I went through my diary and I was recording my diary, and this is not the only refresher. This is not the only one. This type of revealing has been revealed, and this is not the. This is just another continuous expression of it. Um, Realizing that in this servitude common ground services, and this is basically my services really theme off of reserve, the word reserve. We've been reserved. Our celestials are reserved. And they're reserved to be in the image and the likeness of our maker, of our creator. So if we in this common ground, this common space, this beautiful realm, this created space, a entity space, okay? Like a living space. This is not, yes, this space can come off as simulations. I get it. It could be also very stimulating. I get it. But even though this space seems very dreamy, it seems very dreamy, but it's visual. But matter of fact, you can feel it while you're here. You can feel it while you're here. If someone was receiving, say, for example, life coach service in exchange, they can feel the services. I may not necessarily always have to be vocal. I can just be fully present, and they can feel it. That in itself too is a service. It's called presence, so they can feel it. Now, obviously, we got this technology. We're in different distant places. So some may still desire to still have a physical connection. Some clients may actually desire to see me, like physically see me. They know they can see me on a video. They know they can hear me audio, but they may inquire to physically see me. Now, I'm not prompting that to open up any avenue and say, "Oh, see me so crazy." No, I'm saying just in services, just in a sense of being created, being created. So throughout this journey, this is the going back to that expression that so far has been, and I count my expression. I don't know, for some reason I count all my expressions in my diaries, but this is the seventh expression. But I'll be on to the eighth. But so far in the seventh expression, I'm so honored, so grateful, and also encouraged, and also inspired, even as a spiritual life coach. Well, I'm not trying to go inside like trying to depend on me being the biggest inspiration to myself. No, but I'm attuning inside of me. And my spirit is attuning back to its maker, back to the counsel of the creator. And it's in the counsels with the creator who seem to fabricate in life, who seem to fabricate life. Extend expressions in life. Be partner up with life. Living life, partner up with life, sharing life, supporting life, participating in life, being all about the promotion of benefit of healthiness and all wellness in life. But we have to, as I've been deconstructing and slash deprogram. I've been going through deconstructing slash deprogramming and going through the next phase, which is reprogramming. No AI programming me, no promotion of AI, no technology promoting me. No, this is old school manual, a book, a pen, in the quiet space and one-on-one. If I had any involvement of technology, you may hear me play some beautiful, great melodies in the background, as far as sound. Not too much vocal. But I'm honored. I'm honored because many may not understand how to experience that point in themselves. Well, you gotta really get to a point where you're just done with the lies. You're done with being programmed inside yourself. You're done with following the ways of society, the trends. You're not trying to be the next meme or the next the GIF, whatever. You're just being in tune back to the original state, which is your spirit. You're being in tune to re-examine things that have occurred in your soul and got to detach from them. You may apply the applications of fast, and I'm not just. I know there's a traditional fast and not just straight, no liquid, no food. I'm not putting you down if you practice that. I know some may fast, well, they may fast from some of them are like technology and things they're really interested in too, just to give it a break, because they're going to experience a breakthrough. Being a spiritual life coach, I get to be with you in a step of the way. Commonly, we have to work on goals. Hey, you say, hey, I got something going on. Well, let's just take an hour today. Let's just fast from that. Let's figure out what we can both contribute to this experience together, collectively, in unison. Ever since now, I've been experiencing the revelation of the term birthright and also including birthright. I've been honored to appreciate who I am and what I am to be able to contribute to support another so that they can encounter their birthright. The birthright that was given to them, deposited in them. And it takes some activation for that to come out of them. It takes an encountering for that to happen. It takes a moment inside of them. It takes a shedding inside of them, a shedding inside of them, from inside and out. And joy seems to come along the way with that experience with them. Now embracing the fact that who I am and what I'm able to contribute, but also what I'm able to support others, able to help aid them in the being, experiencing the light within. Hear me out. I want to make some things very clear. I'm not dismissing that you won't go through breakthroughs. I'm not dismissing that you will not encounter salvation. I'm not dismissing you won't, your spirit, your soul won't be liberated. I'm not dismissing that your soul won't cry out for freedom, internally speaking first. I'm actually, matter of fact, I like to acknowledge them ways of conditions that will be positive to your root. Remember, your spirit is your root, and the soul is the either can experience the symptoms of a connection to your spirit or the conditions of a connection to your spirit that can be positive. But the symptoms can be the negative, which can draw your soul to feel going through deep things, and that it needs help with, it needs aid with. Someone to come along and remind and not just only speak words of life to you. Of course, that's nice. You know what I mean? You can go to a congregation if that's the case. You go to a gathering space. You can go to a place where there's a being that's a vessel body, male or female, and they're just going to be filled with light and they can speak light to you. It can literally sound like light. It can be mind blowing. It can sound like light. Like it can literally sound like a light. Like light can literally can feel, you can come in contact with light and it can really, you can feel like it actually it has a voice, auditorial. But really, what it's really is it's reactivating. It's deactivating, but also reactivating the codes that's inside you. If you don't believe, don't like look at your hand. Look at your handprint. That's very significant. The way you are designed, particular your design. So it'd be an honor as a spiritual life coach to just help you acknowledge more and more of that about yourself. But you encounter the good in general, the good, the greater good in yourself. The joy of that for me, direct. And common good services back unto you, local, international. So I've been able to share and debunk the lies of, oh, I was created in darkness and all these depressing things start to come. Oh, you're no good. All your creation is so messed up. You're just hideous and all that crazy stuff. All that crazy negative stuff. Releasing letting that go and say, no, let's get back to the fundamentals. Let's get back to the basic. Let's get back to the basic, which is spirit first. Your spirit is pure. It may have been influenced. The soul may have got involved with influence and entities and all the other connections, but your spirit, respectfully, is light. Now, if you're artificial creation, AI abbreviation, then there's no light in you at all. There's no light there. It can mimic light, but there's not the spirit of life there. It is hollow. It is hollow. That's why I find it very, very when it says hollow be thy name. That's very interesting to me. But honor be thy name. Honor be thy name. Honor be thy name. Naturally. Honor be thy name. Not voided. Not empty be thy name. But honor be thy name. Honor. Light be thy name. Light be thy name. Speak light. Speak light. Speak light Let there be light. Let there be light. Doesn't life and light kind of sound just a sound of light? In English, a little bit sounds similar. Speak light. Speak light. Speak light. Speak life. It's very interesting. Now do it slowly. Speak light. Speak life. Speak light. Speak life. It's fine, very amazing. But you may think I'm just doing that just to do it. No, I'm actually practicing something. I'm putting it into practice. I'm integrating. I'm synchronizing. I'm integrating the codes with it. Remember, we are still a conduit vessel. We are still a conduit vessel form, even as light spirits. It's on your one-on-one, you will have the moments where you can confess things, you can write a piece of paper. The society don't gotta know. That could be your one-on-one between you and the Almighty and yourself. So that's my rejoicement. But I thank you so much, y'all, man. I just want to share, as I said, I'm going to keep including you in the journey as much as I can, even as a life coach. And let you know, even as a life coach, I'm going through a shedding myself. I'm not dismissing I'm not shedding. I'm going through a shedding, but that doesn't discredit services. That doesn't disqualify me for promoting services. No, matter of fact, it actually matter of fact, it times it more and more to actually include these moments in services, because it's not all about as a spiritual, like, oh, when you get somebody, that's when it's like the service is really like not it's like ignited. No, it's ignite before that. It's just that came within the moments, because the build up been built up so great to the point now it's like, okay, it's going to be distributed, but it's still going to go back to a redistributing process, a redistributing process. So here I am, Isaiah Aosha Chichi Fundai Mufasa, a spiritual life coach locally here, located in Tampa, Florida, and honored to do services, honored to do services internationally and locally, videos and all, social media and all. Honest to do services with you all. So go ahead and receive it, share the video, and we will continue to have these brief, great mini dialogues, these segments of series. And every diary is gonna be different, man. Just as I keep telling you, they keep coming. So I'm not expecting to stop writing in diaries as journals. I'm not expecting it stop yet. At one point, I kind of did, because I was like, oh, maybe I'm gonna stop when I was like 20, maybe 25. Like, I'm gonna stop. Probably gonna be done with all this. It was so much understanding, it was flowing. But now I come to embrace it. I come to enjoy it, and I had years without coming publicly. Now, without coming public talking about my diaries, now I'm being encouraged to come publicly with them, even in the midst of still exchanging and giving services. I'm just honored to come publicly with them, and I don't have to. I don't. I'm not asking it to be big and broad out there. I'm just grateful to be something simple. It's beautiful this way for me. But if someone want to invite me on a podcast and include me on the show, whether it be local radio or it be something international, or recently I had people reaching out to me to just do a quick podcast, communicate, asking about the services and what benefit it does for the community. And it was beautiful. Very, very beautiful. But of course, it comes to the package deal, because they say, well, we have two services too. If your service need our service, we like to partner with you. So it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Not That's beautiful, healthy network. That's changed a healthy network. But yeah, so thank you for your time. Have a great night. And reach out to me. How you get in contact with me? You send me an email. I'm gonna let you know my email. Send me an email so we can book a schedule. Now, and just a brief introduction, assessment, the first 20 minutes, you're good. Free. First 20 minutes, good. Free. Get some basic information, fundamentals and stuff. And then when we need to go a little more deeper, hey, we'll start to go ahead towards the invoice. But first 20 minutes, free on the house. Because that's how it is. But when we need to go in deeper, when we need to get into some matters and touch them sensitive spots, we'll do what we need to do. And you're not doing it by yourself. You're not alone. It's us in this together. Thank you for your time. Have a great, beautiful night. Rest forward. Rest forward. That's beautiful. Bye bye. Rest forward.